นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะOkay, we can start now.
Okay. So today we will start with the questions, which might different from other classes. First, questions: are we alone in the universe? Second one, how many universes do we have? Do parallel universes exist? Can Dhamma answer these questions? We will find out today. Okay, before we begin, let's show you the important notes. Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not Kampira or profound. People must continuously study Dhamma, or else it will lead to Mahatapa, Niraya, or hell, because it is Micchatithi, not following the Buddha's teaching. If any provided content contrasts with Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakanta, please refer to Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakanta only. Okay. The responsibility of for Buddha Parisa, the first one is for Buddha Parisa must well understand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakanta. The second one is the for Buddha Parisa must be able to correctly present 84,000 Dhammakanta. And the last one is the for Buddha Parisa must be able to correct those who condemn or misunderstand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakanta. Okay, now let's start. To answer those questions that I leave in the beginning of the presentation today, let's start from Chitta 121. Okay, Chitta 121, as you has already been able to recite it, it classified into groups. The first one is Kamavajara Chitta 54. The second one is Rupavajara Chitta 15. The third one is Arupavajara Chitta 12 and Lokuttara Chitta 40. Okay, under Kamavajara Chitta 54, there are three groups. The first one is Akusala Chitta 12. The second one is Ahetuka Chitta 18. The last one is Kamavajara Sopana Chitta 24. Okay, this is Chitta 121. Now, they're not all of Chitta 121 that creates Bhumi, or life that we are going to go to like a human. There are only 29 out of 121 that create Kamma that leads to Chitta, that will lead you to Bhumi. Those 29 Chitta consisting of, the first one is Akusala Chitta 12. There are Lopa Mula Chitta 8, Tosa Mula Chitta 2, and Moha Mula Chitta 2. And under Kamavajara Sopana Chitta 24, not all of them that are Kamma Chitta. There is only one group, and that is Kamavajara Sopana Chitta 24, which is Kamavajara Mahakusala Chitta 8. Only this 8 is Kamma Chitta. And for Rupavajara Chitta 15, only one group under Rupavajara Chitta 15, which is Rupavajara Mahakusala Chitta 5, is Kamma Chitta. And for Arupavajara Chitta 12, there is only one group under this group, which is Arupavajara Mahakusala Chitta 4, that is Kamma Chitta. These 29 Chitta altogether, they work, and then they will send information to the next group of Chitta. We call it Patisanti, Pavanka, and
Okay, we go back to Kamma Chitta 29 first. Okay, can we explain like Kamma Chitta is something that work เนาะจิตตะ that work เนาะ and then have the result that is present out as rupa can we say that
it's create gamma, and then gamma is the cause that eventually it will create rupa. And these 29 citta, once they work, they will create gamma.
Gamma create rupa.
Rupa, yes.
Yes. Okay. So only 29 citta out from 121. Create gamma citta. It's called gamma citta, which create rupa. Okay.
Create gam and then create rupa.
Yeah.
Only 29 out of 121.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, after gamma citta, they work. Then after that they send information to the next group of citta called patisanti, pawankha, and jutti citta. This group of citta contain 19 citta. We call it patisanti, pawankha, and jutti citta because once we for example, like we are a human, when we born as a human, it called patisanti citta, and since we born until we are going to pass away from this life, we call this period as a pawankha citta, and when we are going to pass away from this life to next one, we call it jutti citta. So patisanti citta is called when we born as a human or born in that bhumi, whatever we are going to be that life. And then since the beginning, since we born in that bhumi until we are going to pass away from that bhumi, this period we call pawankha citta. And when we are going to pass away from that bhumi into the next one, we call jutti citta. And these citta altogether they have 19 citta.
Can we explain that patisanti citta start from we are sperm, no? Sperm. Okay. And when the sperm, no, go inside the egg, no, the sperm of the father go inside the egg of mother, and then this process, no, is patisanti kit, no, and then go the egg, no, go to the oval, no. This is patisanti process, no. And then pawankha process is start from we have a head, no, and we have body, head, hand, 2 hand and 2 leg. We call pancha sakha, no. Then all the time, no, we create our body and we grow up as our human being, and then we stay on our life all days. We grow up and then we older and we nearly pass away. We still call pawankha citta. And when is jutti citta? ธรรมอาจารย์ณพงศ์ can you explain me when is jutti?
For the beginner,
Yep.
For the beginner to understand this jutti citta is the time, is the period or the moment that you are going to pass, you are going to change from one bhumi to another bhumi. That is called jutti citta.
Out from this body, you know.
Yeah, actually it's a bit different. It's not well, if we use only our eyes, 5 senses, we will know that person passed away when they are not breathing. That we call them pass away. Okay. Yeah. However, in Buddhism is a bit different. even though that in science that we call that kind of state as a date or pass away. However, the Pawanka Chitta still working will protect it, the one that the Chitta, or once that you leave this body, you will still be as a human, but in Pawanka phase. But when you are going to change from this phase into another Bhumi, that is that time, that moment we call Jutti Chitta. For example, like if we are human, we pass away as a signs as they are not breathing anymore, and the pulse disappear. Okay, you leave this body, but Pawanka, you are still as a human. But when you are going to change to the next Bhumi, for example, like you are going to Apaya Bhum, then when you are going to change from human into Naraka, and that moment, Jutti Chitta is working. We call that, depends on the Bhumi that you are going to be next. When this Jutti Chitta work, and then it continues with Patisanti Chitta. Okay, Jutti as a human and Patisanti as a Apaya Bhumi. New Patisanti is Ubekha Sakatang Santirana Chittang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. That for Naraka. Okay.
You mean that we patisanti as human, we come with santirana ahetuka kusala vipaka citta. Then we stay in Pawanka as human. We stay all the time in santirana. This we cannot change to be animal. We cannot change to be angel when we as human. And then after we pass away, we come out from this body. This body is out in the earth, but our citta come outside. Then we go to another Bhumi. At that moment, we still call Pawanka citta. Then we go to Patisanti to another Bhumi to be Apaya Bhum, in Naraka Bhumi, in Preta Bhumi, Asurakaya Bhumi, or Tirachana Bhumi, or Tevata Promi, or Arupa Bhumi. That time is Patisanti Chitta again. We have 4 process to walk: Patisanti, then Pawanka, then Jutti, and back to Patisanti again. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Correct. So from Kama Chitta 29 that we mentioned before, once Kama Chitta they work, they send information to the next group of Chitta, which called Patisanti, Pawanka, and Jutti Chitta 19. And these 19 will lead to 31 Bhumi. For Akusala Chitta 12, they sent, after they work, they sent information to Akusala Vipaka Chitta, only 1 in 7. This one is Upekha Sakatang Santirana Chittang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. And for Kama Vajra Mahakusala Chitta 8, they sent information into two group of Chitta. This one is different from others. It depends on how much you understand the teaching of Gautama Buddha. The more you understand it, then when you understand Dhamma clearly, you will send to Kama Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 8. And when you partially understand it, the Dhamma, this one will send to one of Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta 8, which called Upekha Sakatang Santirana Chittang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang. The process that classify if you fully understand Dhamma or partially understand Dhamma, this one called Omakomaka, Omakukatha. Okay. And for the next group is Rupa Vajara Mahakusala Chitta 5. This one, after they work, they send information to Rupa Vajara Mahavipaka Chitta 5. And for the last one, Arupa Vajara Mahakusala Chitta 4. After they work, they send information to Arupa Vajara Mahavipaka Chitta 4. You see, Patisanti Pawanka Chutti Chitta 19. One here, Ubekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. Another one here, Ubekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang. And 8 here. Altogether, this 10 and this 5 and this 4. Altogether is 19 Chutti Chitta. Okay. Next one, I'll show you which chitta leads to which bhumi. For akusala vipaka chitta, upekha sakatang santi rana chittang asankarikang kama vajra akusala vipaka chittang. This one leads to abhaya bhum 4. And for upekha sakatang santi rana chittang asankarikang kama vajra ahetuka kusala vipaka chittang. This one leads to Manutsa Bhumi and one Deva Bhumi, which called Jatu Maharashika Bhumi. And for Kama Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 8, this one leads to Deva Bhum 5, except Jatu Maharashika. Okay. And for Rupa Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 5, this one leads to Brahma Bhumi 16. And for the last group, Arupa Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 4. This one leads to Arupa Vajra Bhumi 4. Okay. Altogether, 31 Bhumi.
Only for Bhumi, that is red line.
Yes, only one Chitta that leads to Abhaya Bhumi, which is Upekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. Only one Chutti Chitta that leads to Abhaya Bhum 4.
So it's very easy, no? It's very easy, ma. Because only one chitta leads to for the red line to the bad
only
line.
One. And the most dangerous one, and the most active one. Normally, if we don't Sikkha Dhamma, this one is the only line that active. So it's very dangerous. Okay, and the rest of the green one will lead you to those bhumi. Only one condition, which is you must Sikkha Dhamma. Otherwise, those green are not activated. Only the red line will lead you to the next bhumi. Okay, now go next. Now, in summary, since the beginning, we call Kamma Chitta 29 out of Chitta 121 that cause, after they work, they send information to Patisanti, Pawanka, and Chutti Chitta 19. And this Chitta 19 creates 31 Bhumi. Okay, let me show you again that Kamma Chitta 29. Kamma Chitta 29 is here. Is a Kusala Chitta 12, Kama Vajra Mahakusala Chitta 8, Rupa Vajra Mahakusala Chitta 5, and Arupa Vajra Mahakusala Chitta 4. Altogether, they are Kamma Chitta 29. And then these 29, after they work, they send information to Patisanti Pawanka Chutti Chitta 19, which are Upekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. Upekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankarikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang. Kama Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 8. Rupa Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 5, and Arupa Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 4. Okay. And then these Patisanti Pawankha Chutti Chitta 19 creates 31 Bhumi. Okay, leads to 31 Bhumi here. For Pekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankhari Kankama Vajra Akusala Vipaka Chittang. This one leads to Apaya Bhum 4. And Upekha Sakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankhari Kankama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang. This one leads to Manusa Bhum and Teva Bhum, only Chatu Maharashika Bhumi. And for Kama Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 8, this one leads to Teva Bhum 5, except Chatu Maharashika Bhumi. This one I explain in general, but there are certain exceptional, I leave it. I will explain in detail later on. Rupa Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 5, this one leads to Brahmabhumi 16. And Arupa Vajra Mahavipaka Chitta 4, this one leads to Arupa Vajra Arupa Brahmabhumi 4. Okay. Okay, next one. Now we know the word Bhumi or realms. What are the name of each 31 Bhumi? Okay, now I will show you the name of each Bhumi of 31 Bhumi. First group is Apaya Bhumi 4. There are the name of these 4 is Naraka, Peta, Asurakaya, and Tirashana. This one is Apaya Bhumi 4. The next one, Manusa Bhumi. This one Manusa. Okay. The next one is Teva Bhumi 6. First one is Chatu Maharashika, Tawatingsa. The second one, the third one is Yama. The fourth one is Tusita, Nimanarati, and the last one is Paranimitta Vasavati. Is the name of Teva Bhumi 6. These are the name of Teva Bhumi 6. Next, Brahmabhumi 16. The first one is Brahma Parisatcha, Brahma Purohita, Mahabrahma, Paritapha, Apamanapha, Apasara, Paritasupha, Apamanasupha, Suphakinahaka, Vehapala, Asanyasatta, Aviha Suthasa, Aviha Suthasa, Atapa Suthasa, Suthasa, Suthavasa, Suthasi, Suthavasa, แล้วก็ Anitha Suthavasa.
อากาศนิกาสุทา
Akanitaka Suthavasa. So thank you. Sadhuครับ. The next one is Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. Akasananchayatana, Vinyananchayatana, Akinchanyayatana, Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana. This is the name. These are the name of Arupa Brahma Bhumi 4. Okay. Now, those are the name of 31 Bhumi. When we born in each realm of Bhumi, before we are going to those realms of Bhumi, they must provide, when Chitta and Cetasika, they work together, they create Rupa. And these Rupa classify into 4 main groups. The first one is our body, or called Kamasha Rupa 18. And the second group is your mind, or Chitta Rupa 15. And the third group is the place to live and accessories that you need. It's called Utu Rupa 13. And the last one, the last group is food that you need, or it's called Ahara Rupa 12. This all together we call
สมุทฐาน 4
Rupa Samuttathan. Yes. Thank Sadhu ครับ Rupa Samuttathan. Okay.
Oh, back again, no? Back again. You will see that, no? We have at the first time, no? We recite Chitta 121 first, and then we know that Cetasika, no? Citta is alone and Cetasika work together with Citta. Then it create Rupa. Then for Samuttathan 4 no, it create from this life on past life.
It's created from your past life, for your body, your mind, place, and accessories, and food, or Kamashrupa 18, Chitta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12. They create from your past life, but they available for you to use as you wish in this present life. The way you use it depends on you. But
you mean that nowadays we stay as human, we create Kamma Sharupa 18, Chitta Sharupa 15, Utu Sharupa 13, and Ahara Rupa 12 for next life. Is that right? Now we create in the Chawana Chitta. It does not go outside.
yes, it creates, we are collecting information to create our Kamma Shrupa, Chitta Shrupa, Utu Shrupa, Ahara Shrupa for our next life. However, as we are human now, we have our body, we have our mind, we have a place and accessories, we have food. This we have a Kamma Shrupa 18, Chitta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12 as a human. This is the result of our past life that's sent to us. Then they create us as a human, create our body as a human, create our mind as a human, create a place to live and accessories for us, and create food for us. This is the results of our past life for us to use. It depends on the way that we use it. Now,
you mean that we have a house, we have car, we have all accessory Utu Charupa because of our past life have created it, isn't it?
correct.
We did not create it in this life.
Not in this life. It's a result of your past life.
If you say that it mean like if I born to be poor, I have to poor all my life, isn't it?
No, that is not necessary, because place to live and accessories, it's didn't mention that you must be poor all your life or be rich all your life. It depends on your past life, what you make, what you did at that time, and then your life as a result of it.
So we can make and create new Utu for us for this life. You mean that?
It depends on, it gives you as a, I may say it's as a basis, it's as a baseline. But to change it,
baseline.
It depends on your choice.
Oh, if I really work hard, no, I don't lazy, no, I work all the time, and I try hard in order to make my future to be more happy, more with Utu Charupa, that we want more car, more beautiful house, and we can create it. We can have better food. That is called Awachana, new Awachana, no? But for the Samuttathan 4, no, it's create from past life, but we can create better in our life there, but we cannot create Kamma Sharupa 18, new Kamma Sharupa, like I am born as lady, I cannot change myself to be man, and I cannot change myself to be Tewata. And I cannot change my body to be bird. Is that right? Mhm.
Correct.
But
Correct.
and I can find new conception, new citta charupa. I can make it thinking for better in the future. So I have to sikkaya in order to create new better kamma charupa in the next life, and I can create new uttu charupa for me. We can have better life because I can work hard and do everything to sikkaya, to work hard and to explore dhamma to other people. Then I can be better in this life. Start from this life. And for ahan charupa, if I can find uttu charupa good, I can find ahan charupa good too.
Correct. Correct.
Oh,
And the way you can improve your mind, your place and accessories and your food, or Citta Shrupa 15, Uttu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12, there is only way to improve it, which is Sikkha Dhamma. Other things that we are trying to we try to as the norm of each society, that is the base of those norms is Akusala Citta 12. That's why those beliefs cannot improve your Citta Shrupa 15, Uttu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12.
yeah.
That's why even though you have a lot of money, more than even to try work hard, you get more money, but eventually you still suffer with your life.
Mhm.
One
We
way or
still
another.
not enough.
One way or another, because those work and those money that you get based on Akusala Citta 12, but it doesn't mean that when Sikkha Dhamma and we ask you to stop working and stop studying and stop getting more money, that is different story, because the teaching of Gautama Buddha mentioned about the sanya for the first three sanya is Kama sanya, Gojara sanya, Morana sanya, which is to live as a human, to get married. Okay, and Gojara sanya to work, and Marana sanya to be afraid of the death. So these three sanya you still can have it. Kama sanya, Gojara sanya, Marana sanya, you still be able to get married, you still be able to work, and you will still able to be afraid of passing away. However, Gautama Buddha asked you to add another sanya, which called Dhamma sanya. That's why we need to Sikkha Dhamma, and this Dhamma sanya will be the answer of these of the first three sanya, Kama sanya, Gojara sanya, Morana sanya. That the Dhamma sanya is the only way that once you understand Dhamma sanya will change Kama sanya, Gojara sanya, Morana sanya from akusala into kusala. This is the difference that the fourth one, or Dhamma sanya, makes to the first three sanya. Okay, that's why you still be able to work as hard as you want to get rich as much as you can, and you still be able to improve in Dhamma. Only one condition is you must be continuously Sikkha Dhamma. This is one important condition. Okay. So for Citta Cetasika, they create rupa, and rupa, before you born in each bhumi, they will create 4 groups of rupa for you. The first one is your body, or Kamma Shrupa 18. The second one is your mind, or Citta Shrupa 15. And the place or accessories for you, or Uttu Shrupa 13. And the last one is Ahara, food, or Ahara Shrupa 12. And now the next one, I'll show you example. We as a human, I'll show you the picture of the scope of each rupa that involving with our lives. Okay, this one, the universe. Without the universe, we don't have a solar system. Without solar system, we don't have Earth. And without Earth, we cannot born. So for the universe, it's called Utusharupa 13. Before we come to this life, before we born as a human, they must create a universe before us. Otherwise, there's no Earth and we don't have place to stay. So at the beginning, they have to create universe. So Utusharupa 13 create universe for you. The next one, Utusharupa 13 also create solar system to place Earth inside of the solar system. And then we have Earth, we have sea, we have land, we have desert. This also Utusharupa 13 create these. Next one, we living in a city, all buildings, all roads. This one also Utusharupa for us.
You
And
mean that Uttucharupa 13 is something like our circumstance.
The place to live and accessories that we need.
Oh, okay.
And everything that related to it.
Including money, car,
yes, include
boyfriend is our Uttucharupa or not?
You may say, yeah, some
boyfriend, father, mother is also our Uttucharupa too.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it is our circumstance.
Okay. Yes. And ourselves as Kammacharupa 18, create our body. And then our mind is Chittacharupa 15. And our food is Ahara 12. This is the scope of those 4 groups of rupa. Kammacharupa, Chittacharupa, Uttusharupa, Ahara. So you can see that there is no places or no environment or nothing that these 4 groups of rupa are not involved in your daily life. So these groups create universe for us and create solar system for us and create earth for us and create place to live for us and create our body, our mind, our food. It depends on Kammacharupa, Chittacharupa, Uttusharupa, Ahara. Okay.
It seems that our Kammacharupa, we cannot change because we cannot change our body, no? And we cannot change our Bhumi to other Bhumi, no? But for Chittacharupa, Uttucharupa, and Ahancharupa, we can we bring we create it in the past life. We bring to this life, and we can change these 2, no? These 3, no? Chittacharupa, Uttucharupa, and Aharacharupa to be better life, no? In this life, no? And to be better in next life too, yes. No?
Chittacharupa, Uttusharupa, Ahara was sent from your past life.
Yep.
But the way you use these 3 groups of rupa depends on you in this life.
Oh.
Whether you use it depends on you. You can use it as a benefit to create kusala or use them to create a kusala for yourself. That depends on you.
Yeah.
Chittacharupa, Uttusharupa, Ahara provide from your past life. The way you use in this life depends on you. So that's a different. If these 3 groups, Chittacharupa, Uttusharupa, Ahara, if they are fully controlled for your past life from your past life, then you cannot improve yourself at all. That's why these 3 groups of rupa, they only provided for you. The way you use it depends on you in this life. So it's free for you to choose whether to use it for kusala or to use it as a kusala one. Okay.
Okay.
The next one, as I mentioned before, that Utusharupa creates universe, creates solar system, create earth, create everything for us. But living things on this earth is not only human. There are also animals. They also create they also create this universe, this solar system, the earth with us. However, if you look deeply into this logic, the most influential one for to create the universe, the solar system, and the earth actually is Kotama Buddha and Pajjeka Buddha and Sawaka Buddha, and then the rest of us, including others in 31 Bhumi, which one day they will born as a human or animal that will use this earth or this universe. Okay.
You mean that we create the our house, no? We create in for our Uttu, and the ant is create home too. So ant will be in our home. So it use our home. So we try hard not to get rid of ant from our home, but we not only ant, we have mosquito, we have dog, we have many things that create the same thing in the universe, in this universe.
Yes,
Isn't
this
it?
universe also create from the Utusharupa also. Yes.
So no any god in the world that create food for us, or create a moon, or create anything. No god for
We are all
creating.
together
Only
helping
us.
each other to
Yeah.
create this thing.
Only us.
Only us with
Yeah.
our Utusharupa. Okay. The next one I'll show you. After we mentioned for a while about Kamashrupa 18, Ruptita Shrupa 15, Utushrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12. Now we explain in detail what are those numbers represent. The first one, altogether we call Rupa Samuttatthana for this group of Rupa. And the first one, Kamashrupa 18. For these 18, they are consisting of Patthavi Mahaputarupa 1, Apo Mahaputarupa 1, Tesho Mahaputarupa 1, Vayo Mahaputarupa 1. Altogether, this 4 is Mahaputarupa 4. And the next one is Rupa, Visaya Rupa 1, Kanta Visaya Rupa 1, Rasa Visaya Rupa 1, and Ahara Rupa 1. These altogether 8 we call Avinipoka Rupa 8. And then Parisheta Rupa 1. This altogether 9 is a base of each group of under Rupa Samuttatthana. You can see that Kamashrupa 18, they also have this 9 Rupa. Chittacharupa 15 has this 9 Rupa. Utusharupa 13 have this 9 of Rupa, and Aharashrupa 12 has this 9 of Rupa. Okay, for Kamashrupa, now is the different from this group. For Kamashrupa 18, they have Pasatrupa 5, Pavarupa 2, Hatayarupa 1, and Chittashrupa 1. Altogether, these called genuine Kamashrupa, which means you can only find these Rupa under Kamashrupa. They will not present in other groups of Rupa. And for Chittashrupa 15, apart from the first 9 that exactly the same, there are Vinyati Rupa 2 and Sattvarupa 1 and Vikarupa 3. We also call it Vinyati Rupa 2 as genuine Chittashrupa, because we only find this one under Chittashrupa 15. And for Utusharupa 13, only leave Vinyati Rupa 2 out of it, and then they're all Utusharupa 13. And after that, you leave Sattarupa out of it, it will be Ahara Sharupa 12. This one is for your easy to recite it. It will be as easy as that. And next one, okay, we come to the end of this presentation today. In summary, in this class, we mentioned the first is Kammacitta 29, and the second one is Patisanti Pavanka Chutti Citta 19, which Patisanti is the time that you born in that bhumi, and Pavanka is the time between your born and your pass away from that bhumi. And Chutti Citta is the citta that when you are going to pass away from that bhumi to the next one. Okay. It's the different period. But in this different period, there are citta 19 in this group. The third one is 31 bhumi, which is Abhaya Bhum 4, Manusa Bhum 1, Teva Bhum 6, Brahma Bhum 16, and Arupa Brahma Bhum 4, altogether 31 bhumi. And we also mentioned the name of each 31 bhumi. And the final one, we also mentioned about Rupa Samudhatthana, which is Rupa that you need, a group of Rupa that you need before you go to born in each bhumi, which are Kammasharupa 18, or your body, Chittasharupa 15, when you going to born in that bhumi, and or your Chittasharupa 15, or your mind, and Uttasharupa 13, or your place to live or accessories, and Aharupa 12. That's what you need to eat in that bhumi. So this will answer the questions that the beginning of the presentation here. Okay, are we alone in the universe? It depends on Kammasharupa, Chittasharupa, Uttasharupa, and Aharasharupa. At least we have as a human, and we also have an animal. If there are other living things under this 31 bhumi that share Uttasharupa with us, they also stay with us in this universe. And how many universes do they have? For us as a human, we create only this one. Okay, but for other bhumi, it depends on them. But those universe create from Uttasharupa 13. Okay. Also the same, parallel universe exists. It depends on what Uttasharupa that creates for us. That comes from Uttasharupa 13. And the way that Uttasharupa creates, the cause of their creation resides in your citta. And those citta, as we mentioned before, they are Kammacitta 29. That's all together, and that answered the questions that I leave at the beginning of the presentation. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Sir, I have one question. So there are many bhumis, and that means to take a birth in that bhumi, we have to create same as here, and how we create the Manusya bhumi. Same?
Okay, this one is a good question. Actually, the things that we create, let me show you the picture here. Okay, here. Okay, here. Okay. When we create, it is not necessary to be exactly the same as a human. We as a human, we have our body, our minds, our place to live, and our food, right? However, comparing to what we can see, if we are not a human, if we are a fish, we have body as a fish, we have a mind as a fish, we have a place to live as a fish, and we have a food as a fish. So for our body, we and fish is different, right? And for our mind, our as a human, as a fish, we different. Utusharupa, place to live, and accessories, we as a human, we live on land. Fish live in water. This one different, right? And food, we eat as a human. Fish eat as a fish. Our food is different, right? However, those group, those rupa, they are consisting of 4 main groups. The first one is Kamashrupa 18, Chitta Shrupa 15, Utu Shrupa 13, and Ahara Shrupa 12. However, the shape and the shape and the form of our body, our mind, our place to live, and our food varies from Bhumi to Bhumi. It depends on what Bhumi you are living in. If you are as a human, as I mentioned, you have body as a human, you have your mind as a human, you have place to live and accessories as a human, you have food as a human. When you, for comparing to animal, which is Terashana Bhumi, for example, like fish, they have Kamashrupa as a fish, right? And Chittashrupa as a fish, different from human. And Utusharupa as a fish is different from human that live in underwater. And Aharashrupa as a fish, different from us. But they also have to have the same 4 groups, which is Kamashrupa, Chittashrupa, Utusharupa, Aharashrupa. And the rest of the Bhumi is also the same. For example, like Abhayapum 4, when you're going to born in Abhayapum 4, before you going to those Bhumi, they must provide you Kamashrupa 18, Chittarupa 15, Utusharupa 13, and Aharashrupa 12. And even though when you go to, when you're born in Teva Bhumi 6, you also have to have these 4 groups. The first one is Kamashrupa 18, Chittashrupa 15, Utusharupa 13, and Aharashrupa 12. But for Teva Bhumi, then Kamashrupa, Chittashrupa, Utusharupa, Aharashrupa will provide you in the form of Teva Bhumi. It's not the same with human, or not with the same with Abhayapum 4. And Brahma Bhumi is also the same. So the main group is the same. The Dhamma, the Rupa that resides under each form in each Bhumi is the same. But the difference is the form of that Kamashrupa that creates in each Bhumi, Chittashrupa that creates in each Bhumi, and Utusharupa that creates in each Bhumi, and Aharashrupa creates in each Bhumi. The form is different, but there is the causes and the main components is the same, are the same.
You mean that the base, no? Base of Lupa Samutatan is the base of that Bhumi that must have.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the foundation.
Foundation.
And then with this foundation, it will create the different forms of your body, of your mind, your place, accessories, and your food varies, depends on the Bhumi that you are going.
Yeah.
But these are the foundation that the same with every Bhumi. In general, I explained in general, there are certain exceptions, but for the beginning, I will explain it as in general for easy understanding and easy to remember. The more you Sikkha Dhamma, the more details we explain, and there are certain details that make things a bit different from general terms that we explain at this time. But at this time, we explain in general for you to familiar with the words, familiar with the vocabs, and can have a simple picture what we are going to Sikkha Dhamma, or how Dhamma related to our daily lives. how important of Dhamma into our daily lives. Like, apart from this presentation, you'll see that there's no components in our life and our daily lives that not related to Dhamma. So by Sikkha Dhamma, you create this one. I'll show you this one. Here, as I mentioned before, there are Kamma Citta 29 that creates Patisanti, Pavanka, and Jutti that leads to 31 Bhumi. And there is only one. There is only one Citta that leads to Abhaya Bhumi 4 that caused by Akusala Citta 12. By Sikkha Dhamma or study Dhamma, we try to control these Akusala Citta 12, not allowing them to send information to Ubekasa Patang Santi Rana Cittang Asankari Kankama Vajara Kusala Vipaka Cittang, and stop and prevent us from going to Abhaya Bhumi 4. This is a priority for Dhamma, Sikkha Dhamma, protecting you from going to Abhaya Bhumi 4 first. And then when you Sikkha Dhamma, you can, the more you understand Dhamma, the more Bhumi you can choose to go create in your Shavana Citta. So once once Dhamma can prevent you to Abhaya Bhumi 4. So when you go to Manusa Bhumi 1 or Deva Bhumi 6 or Brahma Bhumi 16, you can still have a chance to Sikkha Dhamma and improve yourself further until you reach Sotapati Mark at the beginning. So the priority from Sikkha Dhamma is stop and controlling people from going to Abhaya Bhumi 4 first. And then you will have a chance to continuously Sikkha Dhamma apart from this life. If you have to continue study in other lives, if you're not going to enlightenment in this life, and you have a chance to be human, to be Deva Bhumi 6, you have a chance to be Brahma Bhumi 16, to have a chance to continuously Sikkha Dhamma and improve yourself until you attain the Sotapati Magga at the beginning. When you attain Sotapati Magga, then Citta that relates to Abhaya Bhumi 4 is eliminated. Once it's eliminated, you completely don't have a chance to go to Abhaya Bhumi 4. So the only way is to enlightenment, that's all. Okay.
Next question.
Okay.
Any question?
Okay, if there is no further questions.
So I have one question.
Okay, yes, please.
How we can recognize that this person, yeah, this one is from that bhumi and he born in this bhumi? How we can recognize this? If someone from their bhumi came in Manusya bhumi, then how one can recognize them?
Pardon?
Can one recognize them?
I cannot hear you clearly.
If someone born in Manusya bhumi, but he is from other bhumi, means his past life was from other bhumi, can we recognize this person that he is from that bhumi and he came in this bhumi?
You mean
can we recognize?
We cannot recognize for that our ex bhumi is what something like I cannot recognize that I come from Abhaya Bhumi 4. So if I cannot recognize, you see, I will not do akusala thing because I cannot recognize everything in past bhumi. So we cannot we cannot recognize that we something like if my past bhumi is Tiracha, no. If I can recognize, my past bhumi is I am a horse, horse. So when I born as human, I like to eat grass. I don't like to eat food like human. So it's very confusion, no? So everything, no, pass away when we change Pavankha-citta to another Bhumi. We change our Uttu-charupa, Kamma-charupa, Citta-charupa, Uttu-charupa, and Ahan-charupa.
And for Citta Shrupa, our minds in that Bhumi will be erased after we pass away from that Bhumi. However, the questions that you mentioned, we as an ordinary human, we cannot remember our past life. However, for the
Special person
who attain, yes, for the special one who attain Panchamachana and have a pinya, in that case they can remember the past life, but not as an ordinary human. To attain Panchamachana and apinya, the way to attain that kind of special ability, they need to Sikkha Dhamma also.
Some special person can think a little bit, but not the truth that can think, no. They call nimit. They have good nimit.
Nimit is the not necessary to be a true story. Yeah, because that person cannot, if that person do not possess Panchamachana and apinya, they cannot remember their past life. Really, they only guess it.
Yes, someone or some baby, no, come to the news, no, and say that they remember, he can remember his past life, no, he is that person, and he will go to see what, but that is only limit. It can liao or not liao.
So only a person with Panchamachana and apinya, they can remember their past life.
Like Paramattha.
And Savaka and Buddha Savaka, they can do that. But
Buddha Savaka.
Yes.
Okay. Next question or not? Any question?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sadhu.
Okay, that would be all of our Dhamma today. See you next
class, next Saturday.
With another Dhammacharya.
Okay, we pay respect to Aye, no? We have
Phante
Aye and Phante. Oh, Phante Nakha.
And Phante.
Nakha. We Namaskaran Phante first, no? Namaskaran Phante.
Tri Sati Ariya Makha.
Namaskaran Phante.
Samanya Phala.
Namaskaran Phante.
เอกานิพพานะคิปปาปิญญาในประวัติการนี้เถิด
Namaskaran Aye.
Namaskaran Aye.
Namaskaran Aye.
Namaskaran Aye.
Aye มหาประธาน
Aye มหาประธาน and Aye อะไรนะ from อนุราจารย์เนาะ
สาธุ
สาธุค่ะ
สาธุนวุติอุปนิธิพระอนุโมทามิ อนุโมทนาทุกท่านนะคะสาธุค่ะ
อนุโมทนาธรรมอาจารย์ทั้งสองท่านเลยนะคะ
ค่ะ